नमस्कार एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय शो लाइफ आजकल विद तरुण। आई होप आप लोग ठीक होंगे। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी के ऊपर। कोई इन डेप्थ नॉलेज नहीं, सिर्फ एक छोटा सा एक्सपीरियंस। और इसके ऊपर हमसे बात करने के लिए जुड़ने वाले हैं कैथरीन सिंगापुर से। वो हमसे डिस्कस करेंगे अपनी स्पिरिचुअलिटी की जर्नी के बारे में, क्योंकि वो एक योगा टीचर भी हैं। तो हम थोड़ा सा जानेंगे कि योगा क्या है और उनके नज़रिए से समझेंगे कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी, मेडिटेशन या योगा क्या है। तो आइए अपनी कॉन्वर्सेशन शुरू करते हैं कैथरीन जी के साथ। हेलो कैथरीन, नमस्कार। थैंक यू थैंक यू फॉर joining this call. I really appreciate it. So how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Great. So we'll start our discussion, but before that, I would request you if you can tell us something about yourself.
My name is Cathreine Peter. I was born as a Catholic. I went to a convent school, and after my secondary school education, I joined an airline in the service industry. Then after I got married, I had my kids. I stopped working. I went back to do an office job. Now I'm a full-time. In 2017, I felt very passionate about yoga and meditation. So I went to enroll in a school here. It's a Vyasa school from Bangalore. So I did my course for 1 year. I'm a certified yoga teacher now. I teach yoga at my home. I have a garden, so I teach yoga. My free times, now that my children are grown up, they have left home, they're in the university, I volunteer at the old folks home, at the orphanages. I also teach old folks chair yoga, very basic stretching. My free time, I love to spend a lot of time in the park because I live nearby the beach. So I create my own walking meditation, just me and the plants and nature. And I like going late evenings. And I live in Singapore, so being one of the safest country in the world, I have the advantage to walk out of my home anytime. It can be like 10 at night, 11 at night, 12 midnight. It's 5 minutes to the park, which is at the beach, and I can walk alone. And it's like, I've been doing that for the last 6-7 years. I find that's therapy for me.
Awesome. Thank you for this beautiful introduction. So, you're from Singapore itself, or you're from different country?
I was born in Malaysia, in Malacca. Yeah.
Wow. We have joined a same group, which is meditation and spirituality, and from there I got your reference. So I saw one of your posting in which it was the chanting was happening in the dim light with guitar, and someone is singing Hare Krishna, Hare Govinda, and I thought it was you.
That was a very good friend of mine. She's one of my yoga students.
Okay. My intention to reach out to you to know about the spirituality. What do you think? What is spirituality?
2017, I wanted to learn yoga and meditation. So I went to a place here in Singapore, and it was all Singaporeans, but I met Arun Sharma in that. So we started to talk, and then he was part of the team, and then part of the project is that he had to give spiritual talks and all. And after every talk of his, I like his teachings, his following. And then I became close to him, and then he enrolled me into Krishna movement. Yeah, he told me he brought me to the Krishna temple, so I went with my friends, and then we liked it. We found it was very calming. Then after that, every Saturday and Sundays, he conducts classes online on Zoom, especially during COVID. Every Saturdays, 6 to 7 meditation, he conducts like chakra cleaning or whatever meditation. And on Sundays, we have like spiritual talks, like he will randomly ask anybody on the screen, okay, what do you want to talk about? Okay, gratitude. Then he will give a random talk about gratitude. So I started following him. I mean, not following him as in like worshipping him, no, but I started listening to his teachings, and whatever I could resonate, I put into practice. But so far, whatever he taught us, I find that I could resonate. I wasn't resisting his teachings. So I'm not a very religious person. I'm not a religious at all, but I would dare to say I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual, and I'm very intuitive, and I feel compassion. If I see something, I always feel that the need to rescue or to do my best. And if I know that I could have done something, and if I didn't do, I will feel very uneasy. I can't sleep. So I don't see myself as religious, as going to the temple or to church. No, I don't do that. But I feel that compassion, wanting to help others, wanting to be of service to others, to me, that's spirituality. Because I also know, because I'm very new to this word karma, and I only learned this word from Arunji in 2017. So
Okay.
I didn't know anything about karma. So I have some friends, and they are Hindus, and don't mind me saying this, but they would say something like, oh, Cathreine, if the children are suffering, if someone is suffering, that is their karma. So they have done sins in many lifetimes, so they come back to pay for that sins. So you shouldn't help because you are interfering with their karma. When you help them, they have to come back again to pay for that sins. So if you are well-to-do, or if you are in a good state of helping, you cannot help them. So to me, that's not spirituality. And this person will be going to the temple every day, every mornings or every evenings. So to me, that is being religious, but not being spiritual. You know, they're very religious. They, when I go to their homes, I see in the morning they have rituals. They put the incense, the sambrani. They light the ghee lamp. They offer flowers, fruits to the God that they pray, but they will not help somebody. So I see them, I'm not judging, I see them as very religious people, but they're not spiritual. Whereas for me, I'm not so religious, but I am more spiritual. To me, like helping someone is already a prayer for me.
Of course, yes, I understand it totally. So what you're saying, that spirituality means helping someone, but it has nothing to do with religion. You say that spirituality is different from religion, right? So how about those who go to temple, follow religious practice, but at the same time they consider themselves spiritual as well? So are they wrong?
No, I think it's because for that, going to the temple is being spiritual also. Yeah, their definition is they are spiritual also. Yes.
Okay. So what was your great learning throughout this journey?
I learned not to be so much of a racist anymore, because I think that in every race or religion, there is always something good and very special. So because I was born in Malaysia, I was raised in Malaysia. I came here when I got a job, and I used to be very stereotyped, like people will say, when you go to India, don't trust the Indians. As a lady, you should not travel alone to India. And then in 2017, I actually went to Calcutta. I was volunteering there in Mother Teresa's home for about 6 months. And from my experience, I went there on my own, and before I went, I was told by all the locals here that it's not safe for a woman to travel to India. Um, you are putting yourself at risk or anything. But in my 6 months there, I am very fortunate and I'm blessed because I didn't experience anything like that. People were very nice. I traveled alone. I walked on the streets alone. No one has harmed me and disturbed me. Sometimes I ask for directions and then I can't speak Hindi. And this person whom I'm asking for, he can't understand English, but he will ask me to wait. I will call. No, he's trying to tell me that he's trying to call someone else who could understand what he was asking. So that one thing if you ask me what I've learned is that people are people the whole world round. You can't say that only the white people is good, or only US or Europe is, or Japan or Hong Kong or Singapore is it. I think everybody has got some form of spirituality in them. To me, my experience was that.
What I could understand, once you become spiritual, you start seeing good in every person, right? So there's nothing bad anymore. You're born Catholic. When we talk about spirituality, it talks about enlightenment. In your religion, it is also, there's a concept of enlightenment?
Yes, there is a concept, but now that I have gone into this spiritual path, I believe in rebirth because there are people whom I have met, like Arunji. I felt like there is a reason why this person came into my life, and he's like so fatherly towards me, and he doesn't have to do this for me. I'm not giving him any money or anything, but he would tell me, okay, this is Diwali, you're supposed to have mango leaves outside your home. You have to buy new clothes, because to me it's like I just wear what I have. I didn't know all this concept, and then he taught me about Goddess Lakshmi, and it's people like him that inspire me, that I feel that perhaps I have known this person in many lifetimes. And as I start to open up my mind about rebirth and enlightenment, I find that people start coming into my life. People start to appear, and I start to feel some kind of connection with them. I feel like I'm very fortunate. As I said, when I started my yoga journey, my master told us, the moment you get your certificate, you have to start teaching. You have to start, because if you don't teach, you will lose your confidence and you will forget everything. So I was looking for students to teach. And fortunately, I have to say, all my students happen to be from Indians. They are working here in jobs, and I'm very, I won't say I'm honored. I feel like I'm very touched that they gave me a chance to be their teacher. Because most of them are older than me. They are here on a job for IT. They are married, they have children. They are in their 50s, 60s, some of them much older than me. But I feel like every time I teach, I don't feel I'm religious, but I feel very spiritually connected with them. And I start to feel, now I believe that there is some form of reincarnation there. Otherwise, how can I be so comfortable with these people whom I don't know? It's just random. Sometimes it can be random strangers that are passing by in front of my home, and then they said, we think you're teaching yoga. We passed by and we saw a lot of people coming by. Can we come and learn from you? I feel very, I wouldn't say honored. I feel some connection there for this person to actually come to my gate and ask me if I could be their teacher. I think when you start doing yoga, the one thing that you start to feel is about ego. We call it ahankara. Ahankara is ego, because a lot of people, they feel that they must, just because they are a runner or they are a sportsman, then they must be able to do the asanas. And then when they can't do it, they look very frustrated and very angry, because sometimes it can be as simple like a warrior like a Virabhadasana, and then if they can't hold it, I can see that they're upset with themselves. And the more they start to practice the yoga, I can see that they are learning to accept that this is for today. I'm in the moment. And also when I teach, I will enroll. Initially, I could see that they were getting irritated if they just can't do it could be a Surya Namaskar. Maybe they're struggling because they have never done that before. So it's quite challenging if you have never done it before, to get up, stand, to do all the postures. So how I would enroll them is that I would say that I don't have a strong upper shoulders, so I can't hold my plank pose, the Chaturanga Dandasana, for a long time. But for those of you who can hold it, please hold it, because I'm going to go to Bhujangasana now. I can't hold it. So as I start to say that I can't do it, and I start to feel that they are also admitting, and they're no more frustrated, they're enjoying the class these days. They don't feel like, how come I can't do it? She's a lady and she can do it and I can't do it. I can see that. I see the transformation of them not having ego anymore. And after the class, normally I make some khichdi, like sambar rice, and then we sit down together and we eat. And then we talk about our daily, whatever challenges we are facing. And they would say, so you must be very calm now that you're doing yoga and meditation. I say, no, there are times where I also lose my temper with my children. And nothing has changed so much in me. I wouldn't say that I'm a very calm or very perfect person. Nothing much has changed, but I can only feel my compassion level has increased. Compassion.
You start seeing things as they are. Expectations are gone. You just see the things the way they are. And the best thing you have said, that ahankara, you do not see any ego in a person who start doing yoga. That's a wonderful thing. And yoga isn't all about doing some kind of exercises, twisting your body, bending over and all. Some form of yogas are also to just sit and try to connect with the supreme power. Is it correct to say that if you're doing yoga, you can simply sit, close your eyes, and you can chant or meditate or try to concentrate on something? That is also yoga, or we call it meditation?
Let's say yoga to me is not so much about the asanas. It's not so much about like coming and wanting to do the headstand or anything. Yoga to me is like, I know of someone who comes for yoga in my class, and I provide them the mats. So some of them is thin and some of them is thick. So sometimes a person comes and then they always wants to grab for the thicker mat. And then he sees another person coming and he knows this person has got like Parkinson's and some heart issues. And then he takes the thick mat and he offers to the other person and he goes for the thinner mat. And to me, for that day, that was already his yoga. Yoga is not about physical body. Yoga is also about, we do Anahata Chakra meditation. To me, his heart is already performed the highest yoga. Throughout the whole class, he may not be able to achieve any asanas, but when I look at him, I felt that this is his yoga. Yoga is not about the headstand or asanas. Yoga is about being able to connect with, for him to have offered that mat, he must have felt connection in his heart. So you don't need to do all the very advanced postures when people say, oh, when you do this, your chakras get aligned and this and that. But I think a simple gesture like that to me is yoga.
Wow, that's a beautiful thought. A simple gesture can be in yoga. Awesome. Yeah, so Cathreine, can you tell me, what do you think about life? What is life for you?
Fortunately, I grew up I was born under very bad circumstances, I have to say. But I guess when you don't know any better, then you think that that's the best. Say I grew up like in destitute, poor, no money, no food. We were in the streets. Then someone took us up and put us in a convent orphanage school. And then I left school. I came to Singapore. I got a job, and things started to be very good for me. Fortunately, I always see the bright side of things. And because I had that bad experience in my childhood, every day is very special for me. Every day is I would say, it's like a dream to me. It's like a dream to me. It's like I'm also married to a very well-to-do person. He's a pilot with Singapore Airlines. And it's like I can buy anything I want. I can go any place I want. And I just feel like life is so kind to me for the circumstances that is leading me. I meet the right people. And just as I came to a point where, 2017, where I felt that when I was growing up, I was always like, I want to travel the world. I want to dine in these places. I want to stay in these fancy hotels. I want to go to all these countries. Everything on my list was ticked. I want to carry expensive bags. I want to buy shoes, perfumes. I want to have a bungalow house by the beach. All these things came. I want to drive a fancy Mercedes-Benz. Everything came to me. And it came to a point where I felt that there was no more desire anymore. I don't know what to do with my life. And as I sit, fortunately, at that time when I went into the meditation center to learn, I met Arunji. And then he enrolled me, that these material things in life is just nothing. And what you're feeling is normal. You've already come here. Then you realize that there's something more to life than just collecting collectibles from overseas or traveling. It's not and as I said, life is like just keeps opening up for me. And even as I said today now, even though I know it's open up to me, I have a kind of excitement, like something else is opening up for me, something else. I don't know what's opening up for me, but something is coming. I always am excited that something good is happening to me and it's going to happen. What is it? I don't know, but I just have that feeling. Yeah.
So in a way, life is just beautiful for you. You see everything is going in your way, and that's how you see life as, which is amazing. I won't hold you for long. A couple of quick questions. First thing, if I am not a spiritual person, do you think, just a question, otherwise I am a spiritual person, but let's say if I am not a spiritual person, am I missing something in my life if I'm not spiritual?
I think if you don't know that you don't know that it is a need to be spiritual, then I think you're not missing anything in life, because you don't have, it's like someone is passing by and they see someone needs help and then they don't want to help, so they don't see themselves as not being spiritual by not helping. Yeah, I don't know if I answered you correctly.
Yeah, I mean, if I can understand it, what you're trying to say is, if you do not know that, if you're not aware of something that you don't have, it doesn't matter, I mean, at all.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're missing, so in a way you don't know, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Cathreine, any specific message you would like to give?
The message I would say is that we cannot force or anyone into religion, meditation, or spirituality, because to me, I feel that everything will happen in the right time. In the right time. If it's like I can teach my children everything that I have learned, but they are blocked. But I believe that when the right time is there, it will come. It will come. Because as I said, I grew up in a Catholic convent school, and they taught us every day, like for 17 years, every morning I hear, it's like part of the 10 commandments, you should not have any other gods before you. if you go into another path, then you will be burned in the fires of hell. And then we were taught that because in the Bible, Adam and Eve were the first two people in the world, and they were tempted by the snake. The snake. So in Hinduism, the snake is in Catholicism, the snake is evil. So you must never, if you pass in front of a temple, you have to run. Don't look at the idols. People are praying to evil. And all these things has been put into me. And for the longest time, I believed that. And I always was very scared. If I didn't have very much Hindu friends in school, maybe one friend, and I would never want to go anywhere near her because I felt that she was evil. That was what I was taught. But as I said, when no one taught me, oh, this religion is good or that religion is good, but it just happened when I came into this journey in 2017, something in me, just like a spark, like a light just opened up. And it's like, this is just a belief. This is just statements people are saying. But is it the truth or not? Nobody enrolled me, but I could experience it for myself. I had the opportunity, as I said, when I met Arunji, when I start to hear what he's saying, he didn't convince me. He didn't say, oh, you must believe in Krishna. No, he didn't say anything. But as he kept talking, I felt I could resonate everything. And I could see what has been said to me. I wouldn't criticize. As I said, this is their belief. But I could see for myself the wider picture. I had no judgment anymore. And if I still have a friend telling me that you're going to be burn in the fires of hell if you are opening up your home for Krishna movements and chanting, something bad is going to happen to you. But I don't feel anything. I don't feel fear, insecurity. I feel you can say anything and I can accept it because I was there when I was 17 also. And I was also seeing things that way.
Beautiful. So are you a part of Krishna movement? Are you still associated with them?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful. I must speak with Arunji. You have spoken so many things about him. I'm almost, looking forward to reach out to him and hopefully he would speak with me. Cathreine, thank you so much for speaking with me. It was pleasure knowing you. I'm glad that you shared your spiritual journey with us, and hopefully you will move ahead. You'll go far and far on this path, and you'll become inspiration for many more people in the future. And I hope that one day I will get this opportunity to meet you. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day, Cathreine.
Come to Singapore, you look me up.
I will. Whenever I'll come, I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you. So ये थे कैथरीन. आई होप आपको ये कॉन्वर्सेशन पसंद आई होगी. उन्होंने अपने जीवन का एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया और ये बताया कि स्पिरिचुअल होने के फ़ायदे क्या हैं. सबसे पहले तो आप कूल और काम हो जाते हो. आपके अंदर कंपैशन आ जाता है, लोगों के लिए प्यार आ जाता है और दिल से डर ख़त्म हो जाता है. इट वॉज़ ग्रेट स्पीकिंग विद हर. इट वॉज़ ग्रेट नोइंग हर. आई होप आपको भी ये कॉन्वर्सेशन पसंद आई होगी. फ़िलहाल के लिए इतना ही. मैं फिर आऊँगा एक नई पर्सनालिटी के साथ. तब तक देखते रहिए आप लाइफ आजकल विद तरुण, और मेरे चैनल को लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए और इस वीडियो को शेयर भी करिए. फिलहाल के लिए इतना ही. थैंक यू. जय हिंद.